21. My eldest being 35. And my youngest being that little one there at 8. I know how important it is to develop youngsters, boys and girls. And what we're doing here, everything that you're listening to, everything you're learning, while it is football related, because this is a football camp, you can take any of these messages into your life. Because some of you may not be footballers. Some of you like football, but you may not want to be professional footballers. But football is a team sport, and that's what life is. You have a team. You know what your team is? Your team's your family. And you have a team, and the team dynamic is it has to work in harmony for the family to be happy. Then you have a community. So football gives you messages about how to work in a team, which is the most important thing. So regardless of what level you want to play football, or regardless of what you want to do, football is about dedication, about discipline, about determination, and about doing as well as you can, maximizing your potential. And that's all your parents ask of you. That's all we ask of you as coaches. When you're at home, when you're at school, when you're playing football, when you may play tennis, when you play rugby, it's about maximizing your potential, which is trying your best. And no one can ask anything more of you. There are going to be players who are better than you. They're going to be in other sports. At school, there may be people who are brighter than you. But that's not an issue, because I know so many bright people, if you want to talk about outside of football, so many bright people who didn't maximize their potential, who achieved nothing. They may be bright, but they didn't have the right attitude. And that's all you have to do in life. Have the right attitude and the right commitment and the right determination with everything you actually do. And that's why I keep going back to studying. Go back to studying. That's what I insisted with my children, the big ones and the little ones, as much as you may not like it. I suppose when your parents tell you about homework and working hard at school, you probably, for those of you who don't like it, will think, well, you know, this is not really what I want to do. All your parents want you to do is try your best. And that's all we want you to do here. Try and achieve. I gave an example to Michael and the boys there about, you ever heard of a runner called Usain Bolt? Yes, you know Usain Bolt. So if I'm going to race Usain Bolt, yes? Why are you laughing already? Why are you laughing already? That's a point he made there. Who would be the loser? Now, who would be the loser if I race Usain Bolt? It depends on what you think a winner is. So, Usain Bolt's best time is 9.4 seconds. My best time now, let's say when I was playing, alright, let's say now, say 14 seconds. Usain Bolt's best time is 9.4 seconds. I race Usain Bolt, I do 13.9 seconds. Usain Bolt does 10 seconds. Who's the winner? Me. Yeah. Because I have done better than, I've more than maximized my potential, and he hasn't. So it's not about winning, it's about winning within yourself and doing the best that you can within yourself. Mm-hmm. So when you're actually playing football, or whether you're studying or whatever you do, as long as you get as close to your best as you can, no one can ask anything more of you. There's so many footballers who you say haven't maximized their potential, and Joe would have seen it, Michael would have seen it. I've played with players who are incredible footballers, but they never got to where they should because they didn't have the right attitude and the right dedication. They still got a good living. They still have a good living, but they didn't maximize their potential. And then I know other players, I won't mention any names, Vinny Jones to be one of them, but anyway, someone like Vinny, who isn't necessarily the best footballer, but because he had the right attitude and the right commitment, he ended up playing international football, playing in the Premier League, because he maximized his potential, and that's all your parents ask of you. So when you're doing everything that we're doing in these camps, and we've been so impressed with your dedication, with your discipline, with the fact that you're listening, the fact that you're trying to do what you do here because you like football, take that out of football, and whenever your parents ask you to study, whenever you're going to do something else, whether you play tennis, whatever you do, and you have that same attitude that you put into what you do here, you'll be okay in life. And that is the most important thing, maximizing your potential. Now, it's easier when you're doing something you love, like football, to then say, right, we're going to concentrate because we're going to do this. And it's hard when we're doing something like, for Joe as a youngster, maths, for example, when he mentioned yesterday. However, even if you're doing something that you don't necessarily want to do, your parents, your coaches, whatever walk of life you're in, you do it, or they want you to do it, because they want you to maximize your potential and to do as well as you can. So if you just think about something that you love doing and the dedication you put into that, and apply it to your schoolwork, apply it to when your parents say go inside your room, apply it to when you have to go and do something else that you may not want to do, but you do it, it'll stand you in good stead for the future. So these are life lessons, and you use football as an example for life lessons to take you into whatever you want to do, because some of you may not want to be footballers. Okay? So, we've been so impressed with what you've done. You've worked with discipline, you've listened, and there was a mother here who wants to say she's talking, and I know, because my children like to listen to other people more than me. Whatever your parents tell you, they tell you because they love you and they want you to do as well as you can, and they want what's right for you. I know you don't think it, because your parents just want you to tidy your room because they don't want to do it, or they just want you to. So your parents are, oh, we don't want to listen to our parents. But when other people tell you, you do it. So fortunately for us as coaches, you're listening to us, but listen to what your parents tell you as well. Okay?
That's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, well done, John.